What's up? This is Jeremy from Uppercut. This is my first video of 2023. I haven't had a lot of time for video. I've been busy working with a few bands. I'm playing drums in a few bands. I'm doing some session work, so just super busy. I have a new metal session.
What the f***?
That we're gonna mix and just kind of make a mixing video of how I do things. And they're going to be a little bit different this time around. Going to take my time, just kind of have fun with it. So, let's dive in. As you can see, I got a session here. The artist I'll be mixing today, or remixing, just for fun and education, is Daimon B. It's a new song up on the Cambridge Music Technology site called Another Life. I'll leave a link to the music technology site down below. While you're down there, give me a sub and a like and a share. That'd be super awesome. This is Damien's page right here. Go to his YouTube and give him a like and a sub. That'd be awesome. It's very cool of artists like him to put his music up on the Cambridge Music Technology site for people like us to mix, to learn, to see how other artists do things. So you click right here to get the 37 tracks, and then click right here to get the MP3 for a reference track. So, let's dive into Reaper. As you can see, I've got all the tracks here in a file, wherever your computer is set up to download stuff. And you just basically grab them all like this, and drag them, drop them right in Reaper. And it'll ask you for separate tracks, and it'll put it all on separate tracks. And I also drug in the MP3 of Damien's version. I don't know who mixed and mastered it, but let's check it out. First off, really great drum sound. Really great. These tracks were very well recorded and very well uploaded to the site. Sometimes you'll get some of these projects, you'll download them and they're just kind of, you have to do a lot of work. This one, there's no work. Lots of synth, lots of low end.
It feels so right when you see me lost in a night.
Got that thick, layered vocals going on that the new metal, the kind of emo, dark, mysterious. I love that stuff.
Feed your anger with my fear. Leave me blind and lonely in a place where I can hear only plain left for me. Time stands still, and I know you will get another thrill. Tell me why you say you're mad.
Lots of synth, lots of bass, lots of guitar.
Alive, look, I'm so weak.
A little bit of a breakdown.
No place to hide, no place to hide.
You can see that these are the raw tracks up here. I have this MP3 soloed, so they're not playing yet. But you can see there's different vocals here at the end, kind of a little bit heavier, less layering. Well, not less layering, just a little bit heavier. Yeah, this should be very cool. And as you can see by these tracks right here, these are the raw, this is the raw tracks. I have the mixed MP3 muted. This is the actual raw tracks, and everything at 0. You can tell they're already gain staged, because if they weren't gain staged and you left everything at 0, it'd just be blowing out your ears. See, we're clipping the master here because everything's at 0. So what I would do first, of course, mute the original mix, the reference track. And then I would start dividing this up into buses and color coding everything. And I have that done right here. As you can see, all of my drums are purple. All of my bass is yellow. My guitars are red. Synth is orange. And all the vocals are green. Lots of vocals, lots of layers. But as you can tell by looking at these waves, that everything is gain staged. There's really no work to do on that. Everything is perfectly ready to slap in your DAW and start mixing. So thank you to Daimon B for uploading these in such a meticulous fashion. It makes it really easy to mix, and this will be a good tutorial for anyone that's just getting started. You won't have to worry about gain staging much. I did flip the polarity on the kick in, the snare ring, and the tom 1. If you go through and check your polarity, if you don't know how to do that, go to Reaper Mania on YouTube, or just type in phase, checking phase. That's a whole different tutorial. I have my drums. I have both of these bass guitars, because there's one that's a stereo kind of sub bass here. And then I have the mono bass. I have these both in a low bus that I just titled low bus. That's how I do almost every session. I try to keep my low end all together. That way I can make it uniform and not move around or wobbly. Low end is a big deal in mixes these days. Back in the 70s, maybe not so much, but it's 2023. Gotta have that solid low end. I have my guitars here. As you can see, I just have them panned hard left and hard right. There's really no panning to do on the drums. I might do the hi-hat and the toms here in a little while, but the overheads are a stereo track, and the drum rooms were also a stereo track. So here is a static mix using only volume. I went ahead and put a channel strip on every track and every bus. This is my bus setup with the Brit 4KE from Slate and just an EQ. Then on every track, I have it on the Brit 4KE track emulation and just an EQ, flat, nothing on it. And that's on every track. Then also on every bus, important bus, I have an EQ, just so I can kind of check and see what's going on. My master bus, I won't talk about that much yet because we don't need to. So here is just a little bit of the static mix.
Why you share your madness with me? Hating always keeps you high.
As you can see, I have the main vocal in the middle and the double tracked vocals panned hard. That might change. But for now, just to get them out of the way of each other so they don't stack up and cancel each other out, that's where I've got it. I have my shells, my kicks in a kick bus, my snares in a snare bus, my toms in a tom bus, and then all of those go into a shells bus. Then I have my overheads in their own bus, and my drum room on its own, and then all of that feeds into the full kit. And these EQs are not even being used yet. The only thing you are hearing is the analog emulation. I'm going to turn that on and off using this button right here. If you push shift and click right here, it will turn off all of the plugins on your whole session. That's without. So as you can see, the Slate VCC on every track with this on the buses, and then this on the tracks. That's pretty much all you're hearing right now when I turn this off. Cool Reaper tip: if you push Control and this effects power button, it turns off the effects on your entire mix. Say like you're mixing and you just don't like where it's going, you want to start over, you can totally just turn them off. Alright, so we got everything going together. As you can see, I'm running at like -4 right now. That way we have room to add compressors and volume and all that good stuff. I got a nice healthy solid wave in my tonal balance, which I don't trust all the way. So I have Span by Voganex. This is a free plugin. And it tells you exactly where your frequencies are. These are helpful tools that'll come in later. The loudness meter is a free plugin. This MV meter, which I make sure this reads the same as my OBS. That way my volumes match. They're just very cool tools to have in Reaper. Span, loudness meter, and this are free plugins. Tonal balance is not a free plugin, and it's a little wonky. It's hard to trust. That's why I have backup. I have trust issues when it comes to plugins. But there are no amp sims. This is all guitar amps as they are sent. This is a very straightforward mix. So, this is the song I'll be mixing in this series. Like I said, let's go back to Damien's page. Go check him out. All of his songs are great. It's awesome that he uploaded this to Cambridge. Thank you to Cambridge. Go check them out. There'll be links to all this stuff down below. And come back and we'll dive into these drums. And we'll either try to match or beat the original mix. That's how we roll here at Uppercut. So, get knocked out.